Hey YouTube, my wife's bike got here today. So I didn't do an unboxing on the first bike, but I am going to do one on this bike. And the reason is I haven't seen one on YouTube. So this is going to be unboxing and setup. Getting the tires filled up and so on and so forth. I am going to do this the easiest way possible. I'm going to open up this like this. Let me make sure you guys are in screen here. Yeah. So I'm going to watch where I'm cutting and just go down the corner of the box. Need to be careful. This is a very sharp knife. We'll take this out. This is your charger and manual and the panniers before I cut those. There isn't a code out there. I don't happen to have one because I don't have enough YouTube subscribers to get any interest from Lectric. So Lectric isn't sponsoring this video, nor did they provide me anything for this video. I bought both these bikes myself. So I'm going to say this is the easiest way to do it, is cut the box out. And then grab the box, the bike, watch where you're grabbing, and then just bring it out and set it on the cardboard. That way you're not scratching anything up. You're going to need a pair of side cutters and a set of Allen wrenches, because you might as well check stuff as you take it off. So I'm just going to throw the plastic stuff back in the box. I have no intention of keeping the box. I was going to have my wife film this, but she's busy looking for an RV still. You could do this with a knife, but believe me, it's probably safer to do it with a pair of side cutters. And as you can see, the handlebars are not attached to the stem. So just keep tossing that stuff in there. I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible, but it's probably going to end up being about a half an hour. There's quite a bit of packing stuff on this bike. This is packing to the extreme. They do a very good job of packing the bike. So you would not see this normally in a bike, this kind of packing. Just so you know that, I've unpacked literally probably 100,000 bikes in my lifetime. I've done so many. We used to at the bike shop have a race to see who could get it, do a bike the fastest. I've assembled bikes in 15 minutes, literally, from start to finish, but it's Huffies were the worst. And yeah, with the when I was in the military exchange system, they sold more Huffies than they probably did anything else, but they did sell a lot of other bikes too. We did Cannondales and Scott, Cannondale, K2, when it was a bicycle brand. I'm not even sure it exists anymore. I'm going to save all this sticker packing like this because it comes in handy. There's one between the wheels. I would cut all the zip ties first. If you want to save them, you can do that. There's a tool out there you can save zip ties with, but I'm not going to. Watch that you don't cut any wires. There are some wires you need to be careful of. When I unpacked my bike, it actually had one of the wires unplugged. So I can tell you already that the derailleur hanger is bent in, because the derailleur's all the way shifted to the highest gear, I mean the lowest gear, and it's the derailleur hanger protector's already touching. So that's going to be something we have to fix. And I'll bring the camera in before I do anything to it to show you what I'm talking about. And your goal should be first to get the bike unfolded. So we're going to remove this right away because we need to put some oil on it. I mean grease on it, because we know that's going to creak and do all same kinds of stuff if you don't. We'll take off the protective coating here in a little bit. You're gonna have to unfold it to get the stem in the right place. I believe I have all the zip ties cut off. So we're going to go ahead and unfold it and lock it in place. You're going to have to be careful because you don't want to scratch and bang it up, especially since this is my wife's bike. Me, I probably wouldn't care too much, but she would be upset. Okay. And the latch appears to be adjusted properly. So before we put the stem together, we're going to go ahead, take our 6mm and check and make sure this is tight. Well, that ain't a 6. What am I doing? That's a 5. Really tight. Huh. So there's a difference in the latch. Like I said here in a minute, the latch on this doesn't have a plastic turn that keeps it latched. On here you have a knob to open it up. That's different. Kickstand shorter because it's lower to the ground. Okay. So now we have it pretty much unpacked. We'll save that piece. I don't see any damage other than the derailleur hanger protector being bent. So get over there. Handlebars only go in one way, and they also go lower in mine. If you look over there, mine's as low as they go right now. Maybe I just have something blocking them from going anymore. Okay. Clamp that down. You need a, looks like a 4mm to check the stem bolts. Oh, that's going to be fun. Move that out of the way. Little loose. So you're going to need to check that. Like I said, I don't have no torque wrench or any of that stuff, so just that front one was tight. So pedals. Pedals are a 15 millimeter. I don't happen to have one laying here right now. We'll see if this will work. No, need a 15 millimeter. I'll be darned. I thought I had one laying here. I got a mess going on in here. I'll just have to check those off camera. I'm not going to sit here and search for tools, but I believe this is Nate. No, this is some of my leftover German tools. I used to have a whole set of German bike tools. Of course, they're not park, but they were decent quality. So we'll check the crank arms right away, since we're right there. Tight. Tight. So far, the only thing that's been loose is the pinch bolt on the stem. So let's finish pulling off this packing, cut the keys loose. So that's the unpacking. So basically, let's check the battery, see. Turn the bike on. Well, first you got to cut the keys off, because you have to put the key in. I don't recommend leaving both keys on this key ring, but for right now we're gonna where is the keyhole? Is that it? Well, there's two holes down here, but oh, that maybe there it is. It's farther down. There's actually 3 holes in there. And it wouldn't be down there, it'd have to be up here, because it actually goes in the battery. And it is on. Showing a full energy bar, but we'll 49.5 volts, so it's about almost to the point it will start showing off. We'll shut her back off. I'm going to charge it before my wife gets on it. So now we'll get the grease out. And that seat probably is actually going to go on my bike once the other one falls apart. So I'm only putting it on the inside because we don't want a bunch of it smeared around on the outside. We'll put the seat in. I have no idea where she's going to need it, but we'll start there. See how it still moves? So that means the quick release isn't tight enough. So tighten it up a little bit. And it's good. Handlebars look good. brakes are adjusted properly right now. Tire pressure, to note that because my wife is an inexperienced rider, unlike me, we will start her out at 20 pounds just to see. And she has a bad back, so it will bother her if it bounces her around a lot. So I have my compressor here already aired up. I have a great big compressor in the garage. You would think I'd do car stuff or videos, but I got a brand new truck. I don't work on anything anymore. I used to. So, like I said, it has the same tires that my bike came with, which are the Chow Yang. And to start, I'm just going to use my battery charger. I'll get hers set up later. Okay, there's 20 psi. Tire feels pretty solid. Chain looks like it's got a little oil on it, so we'll leave that. But I still have to adjust that derailleur deal. Gotta bend that out. I'm not gonna take it off the bike to do it unless I just can't get it bent. Air valve is in the center of the rim, and it's a wide rim, so, and the seam on these rims are really obvious compared to the ones on my bike. I ain't saying that's good or bad, but there is a seam in the rim. These rims are actually set up so you could use old style brakes on them if you really wanted to. I'll check tire pressure with a regular air gauge here, but I find this one's pretty accurate. It's 20 pounds. No big booms, that's a good thing. Lights pointed towards the fender. Not that it really matters. That would be something you have to really adjust. So we checked the crank arms, the axle bolts. I'll check pedals. I'll do later. Actually, you can check them with an Allen wrench. I'll just do that. I believe it's a 6. They're tight. So if you don't have, they're tight. If you don't have a 15mm handy, you can use an Allen wrench. You can use an Allen wrench to take them off too if you had to, but it's easier with the wrench, more leverage. You can put a bar on the Allen wrench, but if you're not careful, or if you had poor quality Allen wrenches, you'll just twist the Allen wrench around. So, checked all the main things. The rack, I won't do on camera. I'm trying to keep it as short as possible. So we have air in the tires, handlebars. We're going to charge the battery still and fix that. So I'm going to show you the brakes look okay, I guess. You can check and see if the caliber's centered in there, and this one's closed, so I'm not going to, we'll see if it rubs when we're riding. If it rubs, then I'll do something about it, but at this point, it looks okay. Nothing unplugged. So now I'm going to get you off the tripod and point out the things that I've noticed right away that we have to do something about. They're minor. I mean, you wouldn't see this if you bought a bike from a bike shop, but they're here. So we're still recording. If you look at that derailleur hanger, it's bent in. The gear's on the lowest gear. If I tried to shift this down to the high gear, it would not move because the derailleur is being stopped. And here's the difference in the deal. If you look, you have a little deal here, and it doesn't appear to have an adjustment on it, so that locks that stem clamp. On mine, you look, I have a sliding deal that locks the stem clamp. So we're 21 minutes in. If I hadn't been talking, I would have probably had it ready in 10 minutes. So I still have to put a seat on, and I have to put her cell phone carrier. It's just like mine. You can twist it, it clamps. She has the Note 20 Ultra, and I have the Note 20. I don't use mine for camera functions other than video, and this is more inadequate. I can even do 8K video with this phone. My wife's, she uses her phone for everything, so I opted to get her the better quality. Have the pedals already folded out. They come pre-folded. They do fold if you're wondering. I don't know if I could do it with my hand, but I still got to fix the derailleur hanger. So let me see if I can find a tool to do that with. I'll put you back up here. On my selfie holder. Oh. Need a crescent wrench. And my garage is such a mess that a lot of times I cannot find a crescent wrench. That's sad. So, check this out. I have a special tool. This is a bike tool that I have in my hand for this. Tight. Tight. It works for the front, but not the back. It also works for the seat post. The seat, to remove the seat. Oh, maybe I'll just try it with a pair of vice grips. Maybe I can get enough leverage to bend that out. It's pretty tough. Screw these in. Oh. Yeah, that'll do the trick. Let me just bring you down. See, now it's bent way out from the derailleur. That should be good. Whoa. So, and that's it. Well, it's just last thing. You don't do my end. I only have one plug in my garage of all things. You can tell this in a modern garage. Although the house was built in the late 80s, but it does not have a bunch of plugs. So this is my charger for my bike. We'll plug her back in and plug the charger in. It has a little head deal on the left, or yeah, on the left. Plug it in. Battery shows charging. So let's open up the box give you a look in the box to see what you get in the box. It's not going to be much, people. I got the panniers. I've seen quite a few people say that everybody gets panniers, but I had a code, Fate Unbound, was the code I used. It was because I watched a YouTube video. So, manual, keep this handy, and the charger. Standard 2 amp charger. You can get a better charger if you want. If you need it to charge in less time, maybe a 3 amp or a 4 amp. I think 5 amp would be the absolute limit. You have instructions in the box for the charger too. And that's what I think the instructions in the box. I saved a set for mine. I am not going to save 2 sets. When it's at 49 volts, it'll take approximately 2 hours. Now, those of you that don't know this, 80% of the battery can be charged up in a short period of time. It's the other 20% that's going to take the time, and that's because the battery's being balanced in that period of time. So you guys got to realize it will take a while for the battery to balance out and get to the point that you're charged where you want. I don't see any scratches, chips, anything wrong with the bicycle other than that derailleur hanger. And I should note, mine did not come that way, so I guess it depends on handling. The bike is extremely well packed, so we'll blame it on FedEx being the culprit here. I haven't checked the derailleur adjustment or anything. I'm just going to let the bike sit here charge. We are going to go for a ride tonight. I told my wife she has to get on the bike tonight, so she is excited. It's a beautiful bike. I like the white. I think I should have got the white. It won't show the dirt as bad as the black. Black always looks dirty. I could wipe it down right now, and by the time I come back, it'd be dirty again. I still haven't. I got to go get some more pledge. My wife won't let me steal the stuff out of the house. Fenders look good. They're a little farther up than they were on my bike. Wonder why. Maybe just the way it's adjusted. Still got to take one of the keys off and take it in the house. Okay, I think we'll call that good. Let me find my magic pen to shut the video off. Hey, if those of you that don't know it, the Note 20, if you're doing YouTube videos with your phone, the pen shuts off and starts video. It'll take pictures, so you can do selfies from farther away.